Alright, what's up y'all? Alright, today I'm not going to get into a lot of work. Today what I'm going to talk about is this awesome looking guy that we just bought from Harbor Freight. Now, if you're looking for like cheap tools that do the job to get you out, man, go to Harbor Freight, get you some tools. They're not the best, but they'll get you by in a pinch, as this guy is going to do. This is my little table bandsaw we just bought. $250, $300, I forget what it was. But there was some complications with this guy already. You can't just take it out of the package, put it on, and rock and roll. First off, as you can see, I don't know how far down you can see here, but I'll show you in a second here. This guy might have been built for cookie dwarfs or something like that, baking little fudge nuggets in a tree. I don't know, but I am not a little dwarf. I can't use this guy. Made no sense to me. So what I did, I took an old crappy pallet we had out back, cut it in half, and got this table up to close to my waist height, which is a little bit more comfortable. Because now look, I can work this guy. Down, up, voila. 90 degree, lay it flat down, gravity feed. But the problems that I found on this guy, I was trying to cut just some simple 1/4" steel because I got a bunch of brackets I'm gonna make to do a bunch of box installs on trailers and flatbeds and stuff like that. You guys will see later on down the road when I get used to this thing right here. So the main problem was the original blade. Where'd I throw this guy at? All right, it's gonna come with the stock blade already mounted up in this guy right here. This is it. It's not bad if you wanna cut some feathers or some shit. And then you might be able to cut through it. The problem I kept running into with this guy, I'd lay it down, let it gravity feed. As soon as it caught metal, it may go for a second, but as soon as it caught, it would bind and then kick off the bottom of the wheel there. Now, this guy here, bam, there you go. That ain't good for nothing right there. I couldn't use that to catch a rabbit out in the field nowhere. That rabbit look at it, chew through it, laugh, give me the finger and rock on. But what I did was my screwdriver. I'm gonna show you a couple tips that I found that kept throwing this all off besides the crappy blade. Now, what you wanna get is get you a heavier duty blade, which is what we end up getting. This is what kept happening. Oh, I fall over here. I know you guys are digging my awesome music on a Saturday morning. It's a little chilly outside, which is why I got my hat and my hoodie. I don't do it because I like to sweat. All right, open this, voila, you can see the wheels. Now, sit this down. All of this is already gonna come assembled. So this whole tabletop, you gotta build the legs, take this guy out of the package, sit it on top of there. Everything's already damn near ready to rock and roll besides the belt drive. So first thing what I found, and I'll get in closer here in a second here because I don't know how good this angle is here. So this is the adjustment wheel. This is the tension wheel right here when you put the blade on. You loosen it, it'll drop down. You can pop the blade off and change it out. Tighten it back up, you gotta hold the blades on there. Tighten it back up and then it will stay on there. There's an outer edge right here so the blade don't kick backwards. But what kept happening, the first thing I noticed, and this took me like numerous tries to figure out to see why my blade kept jumping track. It was really pissing me off. I kind of give up on it yesterday. The first thing that kept happening that I noticed, this track right here, it's made already assembled on here, but this blade track right here, it was, if you can see, and I'll show you here in a second, I had to notch this blade out right here because it kept hitting this tension pulley right here. It was riding on it, so it was slowing my RPMs down, causing it to bind, causing it to spit off and catch and give me the bird and all that stuff. Then what I also found, I cut it, put it on there, then I noticed something else kept catching. Walk around to this side. And you can't see. The back side of this pulley right here, where this guy has like a little 90-degree guide channel, it was hitting on this opposite pulley here, which was causing it to kick out, giving the blade too much slack to go outwards, leaving it enough room to slap off of there. So, took it back off. There's just 2 screws that hold it on there. Ground all the sides down, I got it mounted, and it's not touching anywhere now. So, I put my new blade on, let it sit down, it went for a few seconds, and then the blade kicked again. Took it back apart. Next thing I found was this guy was bent. This is another blade track. It was bent outwards. So again, causing it to jump track from the bottom one. So we put it again, and then I just let this guy open. I stood back a few feet so that it didn't want to come off and bite me in the face. I turn it on, I put my belt on and everything together, nothing touching, nothing getting in the way. As soon as I kick it on, a few seconds, I would watch it walk right off of this wheel right here. And it would just bam, bounce right off the top. So, what you gotta do, there are adjustments on the back of this wheel here. Besides the fact, if I wanted to really take it off and show y'all everything, this wheel has a lot of slop in it. It's meant to do that so that it can go up and down when you adjust it and it's not dragging. But there is an adjustment on the back of this wheel here that I had to tighten in so that the wheel, if you can see my hand, so that the bottom would kick outwards a little bit and it'll keep this blade up top here seated on the, it'll let it seat further back onto the back part of that wheel. I did all that. Close this cap right here. I put my belt. I play with all different ones on here, like I said, to see what the RPMs was, because I'm cutting 1/4 inch. I want a fast RPM. I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes, let her eat just to cut a little piece of steel. So I put it on the very bottom bracket, which what I found is the most dense one, or another track instead of dense. It was the faster RPM for me. It would let it cut a little bit harder. I put it on the top when it would cut, but the RPMs were slow as hell. Put it on the bottom one. Secured this guy, let her shut down, and then it actually cut all the way through. And what I'm gonna do before I put this back on, wipe my hands off here. All right, don't worry, I'm back. All right, let's get a close-up so y'all can see what I was talking about. So, right here, this is that track I was talking about. Y'all see my ground marks. This is the first one that I noticed right here. This channel was riding right on this little pulley right here, or this bearing, my bad, and it would slow the RPMs down. Go on this opposite side, you kind of see how it channels out. Oh, back up, there you go. This is the other issue I found. This channel right here was riding, again, on this pulley, slowing it down. So, it is not ready assemble, ready to rock and roll. Hey, let's cut some stuff, man, because it's fun and it's quick. Hell no. Thank you, Harbor Freight. But again, I'm not knocking them as cheap. I knew what I was getting into. You might as well go ahead and take these off, check the blade, and make sure these ain't running so you don't run into dumbass problems like I did, so that you can get rocking and rolling. And here we go, back up. This is the adjustment for that pulley that I was talking about. You can loosen this guy right here if you want to. This actually holds that pulley onto the back side of it. But you can at least snug this guy down so that you can kick the pulley out a little better. You tighten this guy in until you watch that wheel start to kick outwards on the bottom end. And then you can tighten down the center bolt. Then you can put it all together and you're ready to rock and roll. Let me close this guy here. And what I'll even do, I'm gonna sit this down again. Let me get y'all here. And what I'm probably gonna do, you know what I'm gonna do anyway, ain't no probably about it, ain't no probablys in this game. All right, there you go, we're good there. I'm gonna go ahead and move this little piece of 1/4 inch 90-degree angle that I've been playing with, scrap sheet of metal. I'm gonna go ahead and slide it in there. I don't really care where the cut is. I just wanna show you guys that it is gonna work now. And you watch, it's gonna make me out a liar. And then you guys may see me just kick this fucking guy over, call Harbor Freight, be like, hey, take it up there, drop it on the doorstep, y'all gonna give me a new one now. Tighten that guy back down, it ain't crazy tight. All right, I'm gonna kick it on. Blade's running. It's got good speed now, I like it. Now we're gonna get here. See how good a shot I can get on this guy here. Again. Let it go down. Trust me, I'm going to get out of the way in a second. And we're hitting it. Yes, it is going to squeak. But look, I got no hands on it. The weight is down, and it is cutting like it should be. And you watch, it's cutting pretty quick. I've only been on there a few seconds and it's about to chop through this guy. There it is. Voila! You see we're cut and it's still going. 1/4 inch. No, it's not really that hot yet. Voila, it's down. Now, watch this here. We're gonna shut this guy off. I'm excited about that now. Now I can use this guy and play with cutting some brackets so that I can make my fabrication work a little bit easier. I hope this helps y'all. I know y'all guys like shopping at Harbor Freight. I really don't, but it's like the Walmart for tools. And it's, instead of buying a Snap-on and stuff like that, especially if you don't have access, guys, go to Harbor Freight. No, it's cheap shit, but at the end of the day, it will work. I promise you. Yo, this is Sean. I'm out this Saturday. I'm gonna go have fun.